Hello everyone, my name is Shubhajit and today we are at the video number 5 of the useState problem solving series, which is fixing all the mutations with non-mutative methods. Let me show you what mutations I'm talking about. So we have this to-dos and we have to handle the add to-do, we have to handle any change in the to-do, and we have to handle any delete in the to-do. And what are these to-dos? These to-dos are actually an array of objects, and each of these objects contains an ID, title, and done. So this done actually have a value of either true or false. If done is true, it means the value is ticked on the UI. It means it's completed. If it's false, then the checkbox is not ticked. Let me show you the UI also, how it looks like. So here is the UI. We have an input text box where we can add a new to do by typing it and clicking this add button. As I have shown that done true, it means the first one is checked, the other two are non-checked. So this is the title: buy milk, eat tacos, beauty. So these three are the titles. Then we have the option to edit them. So whenever we click them, we have the option here. We can edit them or else we can delete them, right? But if you see now, buy milk, I am not able to type something in that. Then if I click delete, again nothing is happening. Delete, nothing is happening. Add to do, if I say run, add, nothing is happening. So we have to fix all these three features: adding a to do, editing a to do, deleting a to do. Okay, so deleting a to do will actually remove this whole to do from the list, and then we have only two to dos left, the bottom two. Okay, so these all are the functionalities which we need to achieve. For this, we actually need to implement these three methods which we have: handle add to do, handle edit to do, and handle change to do. Now, uh, you should not go much deep inside what these components are doing. I would say this add to do has actually that input text box and this add button, which will actually handle this handle add to do function. And this task list actually contains the list of the tasks which are shown here. So they actually handle the edit thing and the delete thing. So yeah, whenever there is a change in a to do or whenever we need to delete a to do. Okay, so these two components handles them. But the bottom line is we actually need to implement these three functions by setting the state here. Okay, I highly recommend you to watch useState hook video. If you haven't watched, it's present in the channel. I also recommend you to watch the problem number 4. This is problem number 5, right? I recommend you to watch problem number 4 because this is very much related to what we are trying to solve here. So if you watch that, it will be really easy for you to understand here. So let's get started. And yeah, so I have explained this the initial to-dos. These initial to-dos will be shown on the UI. We have a to-dos state variable with the help of useState, and then we have these three functions which we need to implement. Let's first go with the handle add to do. So what we are getting inside the handle to do, that is the title. So we are just getting the title. Okay, now we have to create an object like this and add it to the end of this to dos. Okay, basically these to do state variable with the help of set to dos. Now how will we do that? We are just getting a title, so initially we need to create an object like this, right? Then only we can add it into the to dos array. So creating an object of to do, how will we do that? Const to do is equals to creating an object, and it has id as key. What will be the id? If you see that we have something here, right? What is this? This is the count of the id which we have, and it is outside the component. Okay, it is outside this task app component, so it doesn't actually depend on the rendering of this component. It will be there, the value will be retained even after rendering of the component is happening. So next id is 3 now. what we can do is just keep it next id plus plus. Okay, so what it will do, it will actually, so next id plus plus. So if you know about the post increment and pre increment operator, then there are two types, next id plus plus and plus plus next id. What next id plus plus will do, it will actually assign the id to the present value, that is 3, and after that it will increment it to 4. So whenever we do it like this to do will be having an id which is 3, but the next time whenever we try to fetch the next id, it will be 4. So next id plus plus is post increment, which means that it will assign the value here, then it will increment for the later usage. Hope you have understood this. id is done. Okay, how title will come? Okay, title is passed here, so title can be used from here only. What else? Done. So initially done will be false because we are creating a new to do, so obviously it will not be done, right? That's why we are creating it. So new to do is created. Now we just want to add that to do at the end of our to do's list. So I have told that the mutations inside the to do's is not allowed. So to do's dot push, this is not correct. We are directly mutating the to do's array. In place of that, what we can do is, if you have watched my previous videos, you will really understand this thing what I'm doing. So I'm taking whatever to do's array is there, and at the end of that I am actually adding one more to do. Got it? So this triple dot to do's is actually these three, or whatever is present in the to do's now, and then adding the new to do at the this to do which we have created at the last. So, and we are setting the to do's to that. So now the to do's will be having the present to do's as well as the new to do which is created. These are the basics of useState hook and setting the state for arrays. Okay, so this thing is done. Now handle change to do, which is updating an existing to do. Okay, so here we have a next to do. What this next to do is actually, so I will tell you. Let's say this one, this to do, control C. Let's take this to do here. Okay, so this to do is actually changed from eat tacos to eat lays. Let's say, okay, no hard feelings for tacos, sorry, but let's say the title is now changed to updated to eat lays. We need to change this to do's state variable, which is an array, and we have to change its this object which has an id of 1 from eat tacos to eat lays. How we will be doing that? Please think about it. I will be coding it out, but before that, please think about it. Okay. So you can see that in the next to do, the next to do is actually this. Next, yeah, to do is actually this. So the whole thing is coming out. But we should be knowing that where are we actually changing this. Okay, some of them might have guessed that there are two ways. First thing is, either we can find the index of this to do which has an id of 1 in this to do's array, we are having, and then we can just change the title of that to do's index to eat lays and then set the to do. So what I am telling, I will explain you. This is the first method by finding index, which is okay. So const index is equals to to-dos dot find index. So whichever, so find index is a JavaScript method which we can be applied on the arrays. So to-dos is an array. So we are actually trying to find the index of that to-do among the array of to-dos which have the to-do dot id, which is equals to next to-do dot id, which is actually passed from here. If they matches, we found the index of that. Now we actually create a new to-dos by creating a copy of the to-dos, and then we know that for the new to-dos index, we can now change the new to-dos. We can now mutate that because it is a copy of these to-dos, and we are not changing the to-dos directly, we are changing the copy of to-dos, which is new to-dos. That is very much acceptable. So new to-dos index dot title, okay, is equals to next to do dot title. Okay, and a new to do's index dot done is equals to next to do dot done. So in this way, I know that the id will not be changed. Id cannot be changed, right? New to do's particular index that we have found, that's title is equal to next to do's dot title, and that done, the new to do's index dot done is next to do dot done. In that way, the new to do's is actually updated with whatever next to do we have passed, and now we can just set the to do's to new to do's. This should be it. We also have a second method. I will show you on the demo both the methods working. Okay, second method is second method, if I think about using map, if I want to use map and then changing the object, basically changing the to do when match occurs. What I'm telling is basically, let's have a const new to do's. Let me comment this out for now so that it will not show errors due to the name similarity. So const new to do's is equals to do's dot map. So we are traversing over the to do's state variable what we have, and for each of the to do we will see ki, okay, if to do dot id is double is equals to this, okay, next to do dot id, it means there is a match. This is what I'm searching for. In that case, I just want to return the next to do because I know the next to do is the updated to do, right? And else if the match is not there, just return the normal to do only. So in this case what will happen is, over all the to do's what we have, only that to do will be changed which has the next to do id as the to do id, which is this one, and the else will return to do only. So the map method is a JavaScript method which can be applied on JavaScript arrays, and this actually lets us to return a new array, return a whole new array which is actually now stored in new to-dos. It will not mutate or change anything in the to-dos array. So that is a good thing for us because mutation is not allowed in React state. Okay, cool. So we got the new to-dos, and now we can just set the to-dos to these new to-dos. Let's keep the code for the second method now. First method also I will show at the end. Okay, now we have handle to do, handle delete to do, delete the to do with given to do id. So let's say the to do id passed is 2. So we want to delete this to do, and only these above 2 with id 0 and 1 will be remaining. How can we do that? I want to introduce you with one more method in JavaScript arrays, and these methods are actually very important for you to write shorter code uh, efficiently. Okay, and these are very much understandable. So as we have map, which actually returns each and every item in the to-dos array with some mutation, as we have seen. And next to do new object of next to do is only returned in place of the actual to do. That can be done. But what if we want to remove some of the to dos from the to dos list? If you want to sum of the to do, let's say we want to remove one of the to do from the to dos list, then we use the filter method. So this also return a whole new array by making the changes without making the changes in the present array, without mutating the present to dos array. So that is good for us. It will actually create a new array and that changes will be incorporated there. It will not be reflected in our actual to dos state variables. So to dos dot, oh shit, to dos dot filter, the second one. There are a lot of array methods which you can actually explore. We have map, filter, reduce, we have find index, find. So I'm just telling the names so that you can go and watch some content to know more about them. They are really good and you can learn a lot from them, and you can actually, this is a good code practice to be used in JavaScript using these functions for arrays. So let's continue with what we are doing. So here we want to delete one of the to-dos. So what filter will do? So inside this, it will traverse each of the to-do. Whenever we do to-dos dot filter, it will traverse all the to-dos. Now for each of the to-do, it will only return those single to-dos which actually returns true from this arrow function. What I mean by that, that is to-do dot id is not equals to to-do id. Okay. Please watch this line and try to understand what I have done. So I am traversing over all the to-dos we have. Okay. I am traversing over them for each of the to-do. Whenever the to-do's id is not equals to this to-do dot id, this to-do id is not equals to this to-do dot id, then we will uh, add that to the new to-dos array. But whenever they are equal, that is the to-do which we want to delete. So whenever they are equal, what does this statement return? This statement will return false because to-do dot id is not equals to to-do id. It will return false because they are equal now. This to-do id and the to-do dot id here, they matched, but this statement will become false. As they become false, this to-do will not be returned to the new to-dos. In that way, we are able to achieve our goal, that is, we have all the to-dos except that to-do whose to-do id matches with this to-do dot id. Please watch it once more. If you don't understand, you will definitely understand it if you are in a calm mind. So replay it and watch, you will definitely understand it. So we have the new to-dos which doesn't have this to-do.id double is equals to to-do id, whenever which has the to-do id as to-do.id, that to-do will not be present in the new to-dos. So we will just set the to-dos to this. Okay, new to-dos. Okay, I hope this is done and hope it should work. Let's see. Let me refresh. Okay, so add to do. So go for run, add. Can you see? Go for run is added. Okay, eat tacos. Let's edit this. No, I want Lays. If I save this, you can see eat Lays. I want to delete this beauty. So if I click delete, you can see that is gone. This is also working fine. So you can see that all the functionalities are working very much properly. Okay, and we have seen that how to do these mutations uh, with non-mutating with non-mutating methods. That is using map, using filter, finding the index, and then changing, uh, saving it into a new to-dos, and then changing that index. That is fine. Okay, I have to show you this also, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. Hmm. I just have to uncomment this part. Uh, and comment out this part. This should be fine. Yeah. So let's go with the first method. Everything working fine or not. So this we have changed for the handle change to do. That's it. That is the editing part. Let's check the editing part. Buy milk. Buy milk now. Save. Can you see? It's happening. So the things are working fine. Add to do also check. Run now. Okay. So everything is happening fine. Delete. Okay, cool. So you can see that all the functionalities are working fine. Hope you have understood this video. If not, if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. I will be really happy to help you guys. Thank you.